Alright everyone, there's two things you should know. You should be able to get Rotten completely free to play if you listen to this advice, and you should only move when there is a discount during the limited edition pathway. Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Monster Legends. So let's start with the early Spirit Maze. This is your opportunity to get the brand new cosmic monster, Rotten. Alright, and I'm only going to focus on Rotten because realistically you should only be going for the mythic monster. So here's the thing, right now you see there's a 20% discount. The thing about Monster Legends is that they always have a discount on the maze, which basically just makes it cheaper to move your monsters. Right, if I want to move the epic monster right now, instead of spending 30 coins, I only spend 24. So the most important thing that you need to know, like I mentioned in the beginning video, is that you should only move when there is a limited edition pathway and when there's a happy hour. So historically, this is how it's always happened. 2 days after this event starts, there is a discount, a 10% discount, and there's a limited edition pathway. What the limited edition pathway is that there's another maze that will pop up right here, and it is a direct pathway to get 160 cells of the cosmic mythic monster. So instead of having to move the epic and then the other epic and then the legendary monster Literium and then Rotten, you can actually go directly for the monster. So here is the cost of what the monster typically costs during that pathway. So as you can see, with a 10% discount, it's 3,826 maze coins, and you can actually get 160 for 4,402. So this is when you should move, in my personal opinion. Everyone always asks, Armor, is it better to move during the regular maze or during the limited edition pathway? Move during the limited edition pathway, and I'll tell you why. When there's a limited edition pathway, which again will happen 2 days after this maze first starts, there's going to be a 10% discount, and then there's another 10% discount. So there are two 10% discounts during the limited edition pathway, and here is a screenshot of the second time there's a 10% discount. This is from the tribal fire maze, but historically it's always happened at this time. So when there's 4 days, 8 hours, 59 minutes left in the overall maze, there's the second 10% discount for the limited edition pathway. As you can see, it is a very quick pathway to get the monsters, so this is when you should move. So set a timer on your phone for this. I will likely do a live stream if I can during this discount, because that is when I move. I always miss the first discount because when this maze event starts, it's like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. on my time, so I'm not going to be playing Monster Legends at that time. But then during the next discount, for me specifically, it's at 6 p.m. So I can always move during the second limited edition discount, and that is when you should move. Or it depends on your time zone. If you can move during the first one, go for it. Also, you should know that this limited pathway is active for 2 full days. So you have 4 days to get enough maze coins to get the monster. So the question that always gets asked is, hey, is it possible to get the monster? 100% it is possible. Here's the way the event works. If you're new to the game, especially if you're a brand new player, please share this with every new player you know. It is 100% possible to get the monster because the way you get maze coins is by clicking on that little question mark icon. It explains how. And as you can see, you can get 30 for collecting gold, 50 for collecting food, 30 for feeding your monster, 15 for PvP, 50 and 50 for breeding and hatching. So if you add up all of those quantities, you get 225. Now what the game doesn't tell you, but what the players have discovered, is that you actually get these full amounts, the 30, 50, 30, 15, 50, and 50, every single 4 hours. So the easiest thing you can do is to do your collections, wait 4 hours, log back to the game, do collection, wait 4 hours, log back to the game, and you're good to go. So let me demonstrate that. I'm going to exit out, and the way I do this is I just press collect all on my gold. You usually won't get anything the first time. The way the game kind of works is that you first have to do the initial action to trigger the item spawning. So as you can see, I fed my monster, I didn't get anything. I'm probably mad at this point, like, where is everything? Let me collect all my food. Why aren't I getting anything? Not getting anything. So here's the thing. Oh, look, I got the plus 50. Awesome. So let me repeat all, and then let me just collect once, and I'll probably get my plus 30. Let me go to a monster, feed one time, and I'll probably get my plus 50. And there we go. Now here's the thing. If you are a new player, if you're on a new account, you might not get it right away. That's fine. Just spam collect over and over again. Just keep trying it. Go back to feeding and feed a monster. If you're low on food, feed your level 1 monsters. Feed them to like level 3 or 4. Exit out. Feed another one because you don't have as much food as I do. So I can afford to go to a level 41 monster higher and feed them. But if you're a brand new player and you're low on food, feed a Pandakin. You know, buy a Firestar, breed a Treezard, buy a Greenasar, or feed a Greenasar, and then just repeat that process. So as you can see, the more and more I spam, I'm not getting anything anymore. That's because I already reached the maximum amounts, because the maximum amount was once again 30 for collecting gold, which I got, 50 for food, which I got, and 30 for feeding, which I got. So now the last things to do are to fight PvP, and this one is pretty straightforward. The easiest thing I would recommend is to set a weak defense team. Now, I currently don't have a weak defense team because I am trying to maintain a high trophy league, but ideally you want to put a weak defense team so you can get an easy revenge battle, because typically when you have a weak defense team, opponents can easily beat you, and that means the team they used to beat you probably isn't the strongest. So I know there's a whole different PvP and everything, but now that we have now that you can select your battles, I still think a weak defense team will help. And also don't forget, you can literally attack as many times as you want, and that doesn't really affect you, right? Like, you don't have to jam attacks or anything, so you know, just try as many battles as it takes to win. So here, let me just do a quick battle. And yeah, this is one I can beat. It's a bunch of legendaries and a Miseris. So let me activate cooldowns all across the board. They can't do anything. Miseris might hit me with a 0 cooldown skill. Let's see. The Master probably. There we go. And then save Rossi, and it is GG. Alright, so when you win, the important thing is you have to win. You will get 15 coins automatically. Unfortunately, there is no more roulette wheel, which sucks. So that's a way players got an additional 50 coins. But there we go. I got my 15. It doesn't even matter if here. Hopefully I'll get attacked, and I can show you guys that the defense will probably be an easy team to beat. So yeah, it definitely sucks. There is no more spin the roulette wheel, but that's totally fine. So now, as you can see, I have 200. I started with 150 coins. I've collected, what is that? 150, 125. I said the max is 225. Oh yeah, because I'm missing 100 from breeding and hatching. So be super careful. If there's any kind of breeding events or anything whatsoever, this is where you might get stumped if your hatchery is full. So right now, I've been saving for the team race. I've been doing a lot of pterodactyls. But basically what you want to do is you first want to put a monster into your hatchery. If you want to get your... Okay, just pay attention to this part. If you want to get your 50 coins for hatching, you first need to put a monster into your hatchery, then you want to hatch. As you can see, I sold the monster. I'll do it again, I'll sell, and I'm not getting any coins. And you're like, what the heck, this is rigged, where's my 50 coins? Once again, you first need to put a monster into the hatchery, because just like how collecting gold and feeding, you first have to do the activity, and then it kind of starts incubating, and then you get the coin the second time you do it. So first you put a monster into the hatchery. Watch, I'm going to click on this. I just put pterodactyl into the hatchery, and then I'm going to place a monster or sell a monster. And look, I got my plus 50 right there. So that is the trick to getting your 50 coins from hatching. As far as for getting it for breeding, all you got to do is you got to breed a monster that takes at least 4 hours. The easiest advice to do is to breed 2 thunder monsters together. So if you only have mythics, you can do cat UFO. The easiest one is to do, you can also, yeah, see, or any two thunder monsters together, not legendary, not 2 legendaries together. If you do this, this is bad. If you do 2 legendaries, you could end up getting a random common. So you want to do a mythic thunder with a legendary thunder, or if you have Thunder Eagle, that is the easiest way to do it. I can do Thunder Eagle and Dr. Watts, because that'll always make a Thunder Eagle, and Thunder Eagle takes exactly 4 hours. So here, I'll demonstrate this right now. Start breeding, and I'm going to get 4 hours for the time, and look, I got my 50 coins. And the reason this is useful, and the reason you do this last, is because this 4 hour serves as your timer. So I always recommend put a timer on your phone or on your watch, wherever you can put a timer to let you know, hey, come back into the game and play. If anything, if you log back into the game and you see that there is still time remaining on your breeding, that lets you know, hey, wait a minute, you shouldn't be playing yet because it hasn't been a full 4 hours since you last logged in. So yeah, right now, like I said, I'm doing pterodactyls for the race. But yeah, this is the easiest way to do it. Just breed Thunder Eagles. If you don't have Thunder Eagle, you can actually buy them in the shop. If I go to buy egg and you sort by rarity common, look, Thunder Eagle, he's only 5k gold. Even if you're a new player, you should be able to get Thunder Eagle. Just get a Thunder Habitat and then make sure that Thunder Habitat can hold 2 Thunder Eagles. And then those Thunder Eagles, you don't want to sell them, you want to hatch them, because here's a little tip for the race. You actually want to start extracting those Thunder Eagles. Alright, you want to start extracting those Thunder Eagles and accumulating a lot of cells. Because when you have a race, you want a lot of Thunder Eagles. Right, look at this. I have 4,611 right now because I'm preparing for the race. So that's pretty much it in terms of collecting coins. It is super easy. Going back to my advice, you have to move during the limited edition pathway. It's easier. The reason I think it's easier is because you get once the event starts, once again, you get 2 days for the event itself, and then you get 2 discounts. They're 10% discounts, but you have 2 opportunities to get it. there is a 30% discount that will happen for the overall maze. That happens at 1 day, 17 hours, 59 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I'll post a screenshot. The thing about that is, if for some reason you miss it, if for some reason your Wi-Fi doesn't work, if you're asleep or something, and you saved up all those coins and you miss it, whew, the next discount is a 20% discount during the last hour of the maze. So if you can make that one, great. If not, well, you're kind of in trouble. Okay, guys? So my advice is these next 2 days, 3 days, if you're just kind of active, because logging in every 4 hours is not hard, because you don't have to log in every single 4 hours. The more you log in, the more coins you get. Another question everyone asks is, how many coins can you get per day? It's simple math, guys. There are 24 hours in a day. If you were to log in every 4 hours, that is 6 logins. Alright, so if you take out a calculator and you put 225 multiplied by 6, you would get 1350. You could get 1350 maze coins per day. Now, realistically, I don't see you guys logging in 6 times a day, 5 times a day even. Maybe you can do 4.5, right? If you wake up at 8 a.m. and play, and then 12 p.m., and then again at 4, and then again at 8, that's 4 logins. That's 900 maze coins already. That's a good amount. And then let's say you sleep at 10, so before you go to sleep, you just do a collection. Even though it hasn't been 4 hours, you'll get half the amounts approximately. Hey, that's like 1,000 maze coins a day. That's awesome. You're good. You're good with 1,000 maze coins a day. So aside from this, most likely tomorrow there is going to be, if you check dungeons, resource dungeons, there's probably going to be a maze coin dungeon in which you can get another 1,000 coins. So make sure to take advantage of that. And then after the limited edition pathway, there's probably going to be a monster wood event where you can get some maze coins there. There's probably going to be a breeding event where every successful breeding event, you'll get 250 maze coins. Every failure, you'll get 50. So there's a lot of little events for you to get additional maze coins. But right now, your priority should be log in every 4 hours, get your maze coins, and wait for the limited edition pathway. For right now, nothing else matters. Don't worry. Like, another question I get all the time is like, hey, Armor, I have 600 coins. Am I doing good? Again, guys, it's just math. You can calculate it yourself. I would say if you're getting 1,000 maze coins a day, that's a good amount. Okay, so just try to go for 1,000. Go to 4.5 logins per day, and you're good to go. Because it really doesn't take much when you really factor it in. Let's say you log in 4 times a day. To do my collection takes like 2 minutes. That's only 8 minutes of playing the game. It's not that tough. One of the cool things that I actually like is now when you do your wars are actually in 4 hours intervals. So if you're in the middle of a war, you can do a collection and do an attack, and you got to come back in 4 hours anyway to do your next attack. So that's pretty awesome. That kind of works together. Now, for those of you that have the golden pass right here, for those of you that invested in the golden pass, what you can actually do, instead of having to collect yourself, you can activate your maze collector. So here's the thing, if you activate your maze collector, notice how many every ticket adds. Hey, it's 4 hours. That's because every 4 hours there's a collection. So if you activate your maze collector, you can do up to 4 at a time, which is 16 hours. Then you can keep adding after that. Basically, if you activate your collector, you will not be able to collect yourself because it is collecting for you. So you can't get double the coins. So another question that I always see in the comments is, hey, I'm not getting any maze coins no matter how hard I try. That's probably because you activated your maze collector. I would have to guess that is the reason. So it's usually always been like, oh, I didn't realize that. So again, if you activate, you cannot personally collect for you. What I would recommend is during the day, be as active as you can, right? Log in your 4 times a day, and then at night, activate it for 2 hours, or put in 2 tickets for 8 hours, because maybe you sleep for 8 hours, and then you're good. And then you're getting the maximum amount of maze coins per day. You're getting that 1350, which is awesome. So yeah, that's my advice to you guys. If you know you can't log in, activate your tickets if you have them. But you do not, let me repeat this, you do not need maze collectors to be able to get the maze. You can be 100% free to play and get the monster. Getting rotten is easy. This is one of the most free to play friendly events. So if you haven't gotten a maze monster, hopefully after this video you will get a maze monster, because just trust me, it is 100% free to play friendly. Even if you're a brand new account, if it is your 3rd week of playing Monster Legends, your 2nd week of playing Monster Legends, once you're done with that Charmless maze, you are gonna get a brand new cosmic monster. So this is your chance. I really wish you guys the best. Here, let me go on here. I still haven't been attacked, but if I was, you would see that there's a really weak team I could get revenge on. And yeah, that's basically it. So right now, all you need to focus on is getting maze coins for these next 2 days, and waiting for that limited edition pathway, and waiting for that 10% discount. So I think with that being said, that's pretty much all I need to say for this event. If I was unclear about anything, any thoughts, please let me know in the comments below. Once again, especially to you new players out there, if you don't get your full 30 for collecting gold, or for feeding, or your 50 for collecting food, just spam it over and over and over again. You can literally do Blue Lizard's Tail over and over here. Keep repeating, keep collecting. If you still don't get your amount, exit out of the game, log back into the game. Those are just little tips and tricks that work, and you should be solid. Alright guys, with that being said, best of luck to all of you in the early Spirit Maze, and remember to subscribe.